Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken India to the center stage at the G20 Summit in Bali in Indonesia. After this, India assumes the chair, and yes, we have to project ourselves as a thought leader, and that's exactly what the Prime Minister has done. The Prime Minister has tried to tell the world that India is ready to meet the expectations set by the world. He also, while addressing the G20 gathering, emphasized or underlined the need for no conflict, the need for peace, and to generate a consensus where nations would not go at loggerheads with each other in an armed conflict. He urged that the Russia-Ukraine conflict be brought to an end, while pitching the story of inclusive, collective, cohesive growth. The engagement that he had with the world leaders, the preference that he was accorded, the warmth with which he was embraced, is a story of India getting its place, its rightful place in the global discourse. But the challenges are many. The most important aspect is, do Indians believe? Do we really believe that we can and we deserve that place that should be rightfully ours as a thought leader with the world? Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while speaking or addressing the Indian diaspora later towards the afternoon in Bali, made a few important points. Some of the aspects that he highlighted are matters which perhaps a common Indian would never even realize. That in the last 8 years, nearly 55,000 kilometers of highways have been laid across the length and breadth of the country. That means enough roads to wrap the earth 1.5 times in circumference. He also said 3 crore houses have been built under the PM Awas Yojana. That means 1 house for every Australian, because that's the population of Australia. He said that the nation had vaccinated the collective population of America and all of the European Union put together. All of the European Union put together and America put together 2.5 times. That's what we have achieved with our ability to vaccinate. We are the world's #1 vaccine manufacturer. 1 in 10 unicorns is from India. So many other statistics and numbers that he laid out there. And then at the end he said, Sunkar chhati chaudi ho rahi hai na. And it was met with an overwhelming response from the Indian diaspora there. But that message was not just for the diaspora. It was also the message back home that we have to work hard. We have the skill, we have the scale, and we are working hard towards that. The challenge, ladies and gentlemen, is that we as Indians have to emerge out of the self-loathing colonial mindset, something that he mentioned in his 15th August speech, and embrace belief, self-belief, and the ability to take risks and step up and say, yes, we can. He is doing that with the world leaders, trying to give India a separate place as India tries to also geostrategically or geopolitically assert its strategic autonomy. India is also trying to engage into trade agreements which are bilateral, or perhaps, and stay away from these multilateral hegemony-driven engagements like RCEP, or one that America was trying to push with some of the ASEAN nations. These are critical times. India at this moment, as the Prime Minister said, is the fastest growing large economy. At this point, in this month, as of October, where the inflation rates came down to 6.77%, compared to global inflation, India is far more robust as an economy. There are a lot of things that are going for us, ladies and gentlemen. We just need to believe. More importantly, we need to work harder to convince the world that we can and that India is our destination. Because the Prime Minister's message was very correct. We do not want to do this for ourselves or with a self-interest or with the intention to cannibalize another nation's interest. We want to do this for global good. The message of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam underlines our efforts to make the globe cohesive, peaceful, and more collaborative. Can India do that? Can we do that? Can we live up to that pitch that the Prime Minister has made for us as a nation? Well, that rests upon our shoulders.